The local Dragon Slayers guild is getting real sick of peasants identifying every random serpent and wyvern as a dragon, thereby wasting the guild's time and taxpayers' money. Hey, what's up everybody, it's SkyDieRay and I'm never gonna give you up. I would put the song, but I would get copyright striked, I think. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another DnDGreentext video. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Before jumping into the video, I want to kindly ask you, if you want to smash the like button, I would really appreciate it. And thank you so much if you do that. Please enjoy the video. Anime was a mistake. Yeah, I agree. Is there anyone who doesn't? Currently starting in my second campaign. The DM is the very good-hearted sort, and he put a lot of effort into the setting, so I tried to make a character that would gel with it. Other players did pretty standard fantasy stuff. Yar Pirate, Mad Wizard, and a preening bard. No issue with that. Good to have the old staples. Anyway, the final guy is this relentless weeb, and his PC is an actual anime VTuber that he seems for. Kazuna AI or something, including writing stuff in katakana and referring to Twitch chat and all the trappings. The DM is too shy to restrict players, so I politely asked the said player if they'd mind tweaking some of the backstory so it's a bit more grounded in the fantasy setting. He refused with the defense that she derived from the actual modern IRL Japan via Dimensional Rift. Listen, I like a laugh, but I'm facing 100 sessions of walking around with an IRL micro-celebrity in my party. It's not great for getting myself immersed. It's like having PewDiePie as your cleric. Anyway, am I being a joyless and taking this campaign too seriously? Or is it fair to expect players to limit their characters to the universe that it takes place in? Peak related is the basis for my character, but I tried to be tasteful about it. Him by seducing his VTuber crush. That is the only rational revenge that you can, take on him. Anon wonders what constitutes a dragon. The local Dragon Slayers guild is getting real sick of peasants identifying every random serpent and wyvern as a dragon, thereby wasting the guild's time and taxpayers' money. Wyvern is a type of dragon, Sweaty. I don't know why it's calling him Sweaty, but okay. Okay. Well, if they didn't want to deal with this kind of maybe they shouldn't have split off from the Monster Hunters guild, should they now? You opened this can of worms. Now lie in it. Can of worms. Implying snakes aren't baby wingless dragons. Them city folks sure are dumb, huh Gary? Why silver dragons make the best shopkeepers? Be me, silver dragon. Like all silver dragons, I'm interested in mingling with the realm's humanoid races. Decide that becoming a traveling merchant would be a good way to interact with a lot of people. Acquire a horse-drawn cart and some potions and gear to sell. Polymorph myself into an aged male human. Begin the journey to the nearest town. Get attacked by bandits on the way. They hold me at knife point and order me to step out of the cart. I do, and then revert to my huge-ass dragon self. The bandits freak out and flee empty-handed. I let them go. After resuming my old man guise, I arrive in the town and set up shop. Make a few normal transactions. An adventuring party steps in. I greet them warmly. Halfway through my greeting, the party sorceress steps towards me and casts Fireball. Her tone is completely casual, as if she's done this 100 times before. I barely manage to shift into my dragon form in time to tank the attack. Put out the resulting flames with my ice breath and freeze the party. Bring them to the local authorities. The sorceress is convicted of attempted second-degree murder and jailed under an anti-magic field. The rest of the party is held for questioning. From what I overhear, the party has a habit of slaying innocent shopkeepers for 100% discounts on their wares. They're no better than the bandits that I encountered before, and at least the bandits intended to let me live. Well, clearly that party has never encountered a polymorphed silver dragon before. Decide to relocate to another town and change my identity, now that my cover's blown. If justice is served, I'll never see that particular party again, but there might be others like them. This could be fun. Wow. Okay, that is a very fun thing to add to your campaign if you're a DM. Just randomly have a silver dragon in disguise that's he ends up being any merchant that the party decides to attack. So good. Gave my players quite the scare. Be me, DM. Have about 1 more hour before the session needs to end. The players are looking for an entrance to the Underdark and likely going to get it. Don't want to end the session in the middle of exploration, so I decided to hit them with a mini-boss. Grab a nice CR8 homebrew monster that I found. They were a party of 6 level 6 characters, so it seemed appropriate. Introduce it by having it chase them down. Player with observant feet, which is definitely a very useful tool for me as the DM, sees something approaching them at the speed of 80 feet per turn. Stops about 20 feet away from them after the party prepared for impact. Fairly intimidating warforged that is floating just a couple feet off the ground. Player says that it just arrived like a Dragon Ball villain. Hadn't thought of it that way. My mental image was the Pursuer from Dark Souls 2. Things end up getting nuked and could only make an attack of opportunity even though I gave it max health. Still, an interesting effect that I'm not sure if I could recreate. Sometimes, I like to remind my party that not everyone they fight is a mustache-twirling villain. Be Pathfinder 2nd edition DM on Roll20 because Foundry is expensive. Be my players: Gobo Monk, Aasimar Paladin, Human Fire Oracle, Elf Sorceress, Human Sniper, and DMPC not plot coupon support bard. Been a while since I actually challenged them. Decide that their next fights will be against higher level DMPCs built using the same rules that they were, namely free archetype. Their first opponent? Coral Tannenhole, a mercenary, gunslinger with the sniper specialization, and the snarecrafter archetype. The more I plan this encounter, the more I worry about a TPK. Make a contingency for that. Playtime. The party attacks an old fort held by Coral's mercs. Party discovers, to their detriment, that the perimeter of the fort is trapped. Does a number on a few party members. Mercs are riflemen. They deal good damage to the party from the cover of the fort's parapets. The gunslinger starts talking Keep constantly critting the gunslinger every time he does. Start posting screenshots of the secret DM rolls just to show I'm not fudging. It's not the first time that he's become a crit chew toy after trash talking either. Anyway, party eventually takes down all but 2 mercs, though several characters are at dangerously low health. The 2 mercs book it because this isn't Skyrim and they know when they're outmatched. They get chased down and carried into the fort's courtyard. They grill them for intel while the paladin heals the party, since obviously Coral wasn't there. Paladins can heal a party to full given enough time when outside of combat. This is confirmed by design and actually really helps in counterbalancing and planning. They say their boss is out hunting. Bullet hits the monk, dealing a good chunk of damage. It came from the parapet. The party looks over to see a feminine figure with a rifle jump off the parapet to the other side. Party pursues into the forest with Coral pausing to take a shot at the character every so often. Just according to the Keiko.jpg. Party is lured into an area that Coral has trapped to in preparation for a fight. Is waiting at an advantageous position. Coral, unlike most of my players, has a healthy appreciation for consumables. She's hopped up on haste and greater invisibility potions. Players still get spot checks to see her, cause I ain't a douche canoe. A few notice her. The paladin discovers, to his dismay, that Coral has put traps around the only non-tree piece of cover. Monk moves to flank, uses Key Rush to close a huge distance in a single round. On the battle map's DM layer, I stare at the monk's chosen path in disbelief. I need you to roll me 3 reflex saves. Monk failed 2 of them, somehow. The damage dice were not so unimpressive. The monk is within a single move of Coral, but is also very nearly down. Most of the party is able to keep decent tabs on Coral for the duration of the fight and deal good damage to her despite the missed chance. Better than expected, that JPEG. Fight comes down to Coral being grappled by the monk and flanked by the ranger's pet. The paladin gets an attack on the highly mobile invisible enemy for the first time in the combat. Brings her health down to single digits and she has a bleeding dot from the monk's tiger stance. Perfect. Describe that the paladin's blow, filled with righteous fury, descends towards the nearly unseeable woman, who brings her rifle up to block the blow. With a flash of magical energy, his sword cleaves her weapon in 2 but prevents the blow from being lethal. Coral is able to break the grapple next turn and books it. This has been a long, frustrating fight. Party is out for blood. Don't you run from us, you Thanks to the haste potions, Coral quickly outpaces the party's ability to track her. But tracking her is easy, since she's bleeding badly. Party eventually catch up to her. Set the scene. The ranger can see her up ahead, no longer invisible, sitting against a tree facing away from the sun. She seems to be writing something in a book, glancing up every so often. A perception check reveals that she's looking up at a snowy owl every so often. She finishes writing, closes the book, rests one hand on top of it, and stops moving. The party approaches in a fashion befitting those who have just had a fight against an invisible sniper who makes traps in her spare time. The party has switched from out for blood to caution. The closer they get, the more obvious it is that she's died from blood loss. Paladin picks up the book. It's an old journal and it has new bloodstains on it. The paladin checks the last page with writing in it. It's not writing. It's a talented, if rushed, sketch of a snowy owl. Paladin goes to the first page. It's the diary of a young girl chronicling her life growing up on a farm. Oracle takes the journal. They take her body and head back. The Oracle reads the journal on the way. The kid seems smart, but struggles with the writing aspect of the language. She loves birds. There are a few very childlike drawings of birds that she's seen. She keeps a wish list of birds that she wants to see, and a few are checked off. Perception check. The Oracle sees that not all the check marks were made by the same hand. As the journal progresses, the bird drawings keep getting better. Mentions that her mother is helping her learn to draw better. The journal eventually takes a turn as it becomes evident that there are things going on that she can't quite grasp yet. The last entry says that people at the market are saying the fighting's getting closer, and mom and dad are arguing about whether to stay or pack up and leave. The next few pages have bloodstains. But after that, there are beautiful sketches of birds. Ones that a quick cross-check reveals are on the wish list. The last one is the snowy owl. The paladin notices two wedding bands on a string around Coral's neck as he carries her body. The party decides to give her a proper burial. Don't even loot her. The return trip is quiet. Am I a bad person, that JPEG? I don't know, Jesus Christ, but this almost made me tear up. What the hell? Oh god. That was a heavily emotional story at the end there. Jesus, man. I don't have anything else to say other than that was great, honestly. I think it's really nice to have some, more diverse characters and not have every bad guy just be a classic villain. Like having complex characters like this is really nice if you can pull it off, I think. Alright, on that beautiful storytelling note, we're gonna end the video here, so if you've made it this far, please consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing for more if you haven't already. Also, thank you so much to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon, I really appreciate it, so thank you so much for the support given there. Links below if you wanna check it out, as well as links to the social media, Discord server and subreddit and anything else. And yeah, that's it, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye!